Hi Aquarius, welcome to your general tarot tune-in. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot with Netta. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node in the sign of Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck, you have 10 of Pentacles and the Star. Let's shuffle the deck. We'll get one card for your grounding energy. And as always, Aquarius, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Page of Wands, grounding your current energy. New creative ideas, new creative ventures, passionate beginning even. Some flirting might be going on. Yeah, so as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out your other placements. If it does, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Roles can always be reversed and cross watchers are welcome. So Aquarius, let's go into your challenge position. What's coming towards you and your advice. Sorry, that was my cat Moo running down the stairs. Yeah, Aquarius, grounding your reading, Page of Wands. You could be experiencing like a new beginning, either a new creative beginning, a new creative project, or you could be flirting with someone. So the wands, you know, they're connected to fire, tied to creativity or feelings, emotions, passion, but the pages are still in the beginning stages. So something, yeah, it's grounding your current energy right now, but it's still in the beginning stages. In the challenge position, you have the Magician showing up as a major arcana in the challenge position. So you might be having difficulty bringing something to fruition, manifesting, maybe a financial beginning with the Ace of Pentacles here. The Nine of Cups, this is like the baby magician card. So yeah, falling in your challenge here, there's a wish, there's some manifestation, but there could be a blockage in regards to money or stability. So you're working on creating something, drawing a financial opportunity and setting something in stone, but you're having some blockages, okay? It could be financial blockages, a new start, some type of new start is not starting. Something that you're trying to bring to fruition, something that you're trying to manifest, something you're trying to create, okay? The Ace of Pentacles are all about money, the senses, the things that we can touch, feel, taste, see, smell, hear. And the Magician in the challenge position, it's just having some difficulty starting, okay? Maybe you have the perception, you're able to like visualize what you want to create, your wishes, your desires are strong. The desire is there, okay? But okay, yeah, let's go into the rest of your spread. Let's see why this is in the blockage. Why is this in the challenge position? Yeah, it could be that the creative idea still needs some developing, but what's coming towards you? Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, and Three of Wands. I do believe that you got the Hierophant in your last reading. Yeah, okay. But the Hierophant is in the center of your spread, another major arcana here. And this card is talking about higher divine union or higher divine knowledge. So you could be thinking about pursuing a degree, gaining some type of expertise. This can also signify cult-like knowledge or esoteric knowledge, the things that are hidden from the usual normal perspective. So I believe the inspiration that you need in order to create, to go forward, the blockage that you're experiencing with the Magician here, with the Hierophant, it might be an upgrade, okay? So yeah, essentially you might be experiencing an upgrade, a leveling up in terms of perception. So you're able to get this coin rolling, you're able to get the ball rolling. You might not have all of the information now, you might not have all of the blueprint or the groundwork laid out, okay? Page of Wands, this is, you know, creativity, but maybe some details need to be worked out. So you could be like, you could have the passion, you could have the excitement, you might have the vision, you know, you definitely have the vision, but the details still need to be worked out. So this is like leveling up your knowledge with the Hierophant here. The Nine of Wands and the Three of Wands. Wow, more wands, more creative energy. That's Charlie and Moo fighting. They're acting like wands. Okay. Hopefully they don't disturb the reading too much. But yeah, with the Nine of Wands, you could be being forced or being called to carry some weight that you might not be aware of, like maybe some work or some details that need to be worked out. There's some extra work that needs to be done. There's some extra weight that needs to be carried. And I think once you are able to take on that burden, the Three of Wands, you're going to be able to project your plans, your vision, further into the long-term future. And the Hierophant here, this is, yeah, you're becoming the sage. You're learning through experience. You're gaining the wisdom. And it's going to come with that hardship, that sense of putting in the labor and putting in the creative labor. So, you know, the Page of Wands, this is like that childlike inspiration, that childlike excitement. The Nine of Wands, it's like, you know, putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it, realizing like, okay, this is heavy work. This takes work. You know, you want to create, you want something to get off the ground, and it's going to have long-term lasting effects, but it's going to take some work, but you're not afraid of it. I just think it's not in your current awareness. You know, you're still learning what it takes to get this project off the ground. You might be connecting with people that have the knowledge. You know, they might give you almost like secretive information, or it's almost like gatekeeping. You might be involved in a community. Yeah, the Hierophant here, esoteric knowledge, the spiritual community. Sometimes there's like gatekeeping. It doesn't have to be the spiritual community. It can be any type of, you know, business or social structure where there's, you know, levels that once you're perceived to be trusted, you're given access to more information, more knowledge that will help you raise yourself up. So I think that's what's happening. Even though gatekeeping is frowned upon, unfortunately, it's something that humans do in societal structures, hierarchical structures, and especially in the business world. You know, if anybody and everybody could start a business and keep it successful in the long term, for the long term, everybody, if they wanted to, would be able to do it. But they say in the first year businesses tend to fail. But you're given some type of wisdom, some type of knowledge. It's like heavy is the head that wears the crown, you know, but you're willing to bear that weight because this has been a dream of yours, you know, the Magician and the Nine of Cups. It's like something you've been trying to manifest for a long time, but you just haven't quite been able to gain the recognition or get the ball rolling, okay? With your advice, you have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands, all wands here. Yeah, your energy is very fiery right now. You might have fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your chart, where you just have that like drive, that that motivation. You know, once you get this knowledge, even though it's going to feel heavy, like, okay, I didn't know that I had to like put in this type of work or put in like so many extra hours. It's something that you're going to commit to, and you're going to shift from that long-term vision to the short-term planning. Okay, like working out the details, how many extra hours a week, do I have to hire somebody else, like an assistant? This is going to give you a sense of control and power with the Ace of Wands. It's going to propel you forward creatively. It's going to almost like add fuel to the fire in a good way. You're going to move into that Queen of Wands energy, Leo energy. It is your star sister opposing sign, but you know, the advice is that you know, in the zodiac family, that we, you know, if we feel that we're lacking or missing in one department, that we try to balance our energy by taking on the characteristics of our opposing twin sign. So yeah, really stepping into some Leo energy. You could be being called to have some like FaceTime, like put your face forward, gain some recognition. I feel like once, even that if you add a little bit of yourself or a little bit of your backstory to whatever you're doing, make it more human, that it will start to draw more attention and more momentum. That could be it, you know. That could feel heavy for you though. Maybe you don't want to be in the limelight, you don't want the recognition, and not to say that it's going to be something that sticks or it's permanent. It's just something that you have to add to the recipe for your success. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card from the Moonology Oracle deck just to close off your reading. Yeah, don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Exactly. It's time for you to like embody your royalty. Yeah, like don't be afraid to wear the crown. And even though it might feel heavy at times, you know, just brush it off. Like any shame or like embarrassment, you know, we're all human. And the more that you're able to surrender to the process, I think it's just gonna like slide right off of you. You're able to stay detached. Yeah, let go of any type of inhibitions and I think you'll become more whole as an individual, more autonomous, more empowered once you step into that position of being recognized. Yeah, okay. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.